honestly can't say which way this is gonna go because Dual Kevin he was on a heater until he played Flux. So I'm very interested to see like how offensive can this Rashid really get.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious. Dual Kevin, apologies once again, the names are reversed. Yep, Doctor's already on it. I was going to say we didn't really get the chance to see JB this evening, but Dual Kevin already looking to try to be the aggressor, but on the back foot. And JB gets this first knockdown in the corner. Parry, pump on, wake up from Dual Kevin. That's pretty telling.
Here we go. Oh. And both of these guys kind of playing, well, I mean, this is how you play mirrors usually is like, hey, we're just going to play pensive. We know what, the gameplay, we know what the game plan of each other is in a sense. But right now, it's really going to hinge on like who really gets that lead first because they know what the defensive choices are. And Dual Kevin right now in the lead right here. And Dual Kevin not in the lead right now. JB, though, making a case.
That's the other difficulty with mirrors. It takes you a little bit to remember which color is which. The level 1 is not going to be enough to do it as JB is in burnout, but has the life lead. Dual Kevin needs to press the issue to try to make something happen. Blocks the overhead, gets the plus frames off of these strongs. Now JB is in a tough spot. Level 2 comes out. You may have lost this by putting yourself into burnout. You can only deal with so much chip.
Right, definitely there's some. Oh, yeah, I was going to say a wake up might be imminent from JB, and as I say that OD spinning mixer just to try to bust out, and you have to represent it just because it's like you have to represent it at some point, and unfortunately just not working out right there for JB. And Dual Kevin, the fundamentals coming into play, the slow overhead being perfect parried, an immediate eagle spike into level 2.
Yep, and now we've got a little bit more lockdown here. You can tell JB specifically picked those offensive options to try to push Dual Kevin closer to burnout. So that was actually super smart from Dual Kevin to pepper some parries in there just to keep the drive gauge a little bit higher. Jumps out of the corner. You'll take that trade. Now you have the corner advantage, and you're starting to pester JB for it.
Yeah, I love the idea of just jumping out of the corner, no button to be represented there, just because he was just like, look, I'm literally playing for positioning at this point. We know what we want. Here we go. JB, good offense.
Yeah, secures the round. This is so explosive, and like you had talking about the nature of mirrors, right? Like there's some mirrors where you end up with like this really balanced air quotes situation, but then there's others where it's like they just end up super scrambly and super bulldozy. Like these characters both play so high speed. They're so good at snowballing their options. But their counter pokes are really good too, so the mid-range still stays competitive the whole time.
Wow, that was because I felt like that tornado, and I felt like the cyclone was like on its way, but able to be off screen long enough for it to just dissipate. And JB on the bad end right here in the corner and burnout, bad positioning, and understands that the DI is going to be a thing and goes for the level 1 reversal instead.
But this is still scary because you can't block, and indeed he doesn't block his toes, and Dual Kevin is able to secure the game. So explosive.
Go spike.
Correct me if I'm wrong, that was game 2, right? This is 1-1, isn't it?
I believe so. Yeah.
There's no way.
It's going by so fast.
Chat. Double check.
Anyway, as JB is losing more and more space, but you sets up a great whiff punish, and Dual Kevin busting out with these OD spinning mixers a little bit too much. JB has that read for it. Jab trade off the overhead. Wow, little spacing trap, so smart from JB, and that's one of those spots that only really happens because it's a mirror and you're so familiar with the character. But so there's all of these weird spots where like micro walk back jab, or even just sticking a jab out in these weirder spots. JB is getting those, and it's making a difference.
Here we go, Dual Kevin pushing to the corner. That overhead a little too slow, but the OD bust out being able to do its job. Return back to neutral in the middle, and JB and Dual Kevin, big time, just going for positioning right here, going for pokes, and waiting for a moment like this to confirm back into the corner. The eagle spike going to pay big dividends. Here we go, and level 2 is on deck for both of them, so a knockdown into level 2 might be imminent right here for Dual Kevin to try to seal this game, but it's not going to be necessary. The counter hit into the next round, final round opportunity for both players.
Yeah, this is looking great, and it seems like Dual Kevin is doing a slightly better job at keeping these offensive sequences going for him. I feel like when he gets the momentum, he keeps it just a hair longer. Smart up back, parry, and we get the punish on the JB trying to press the issue after, and now Dual Kevin firmly in the driver's seat with this lockdown. No, jumps out here, does JB? What's he gonna choose to spend? Knockdown right into the level 2 of his own. How do you like the situation? It's a rerun.
Right, and putting him in the middle, yes, making him go for the drive reversal, make you burn more meter into the corner right here, off the OTG, another throw, JB, the full offense coming into fruition right here. You do have level 1 in the back. Ow.
Okay, well, and as Doctor confirmed, because he did double check the VOD on our YouTube simulcast, yes, 1 game apiece now. Super back and forth so far. A little bit too shallow there, but it feels like it's so hard to counterpoke a lot of the better options of Rashid, right? Like, it feels like standing roundhouse and maybe like Fierce are the worst defenders, but there's so many of these mid-range pokes that just seem like they're a little bit harder to answer.
Yeah, I agree, Brad. And you see that, like, both of them are kind of just playing a little bit more pensive, kind of trying to react on what each other is doing right here, and they're just like going for the lowest commitment possible. And like you see, like really, like neither of them are gonna be at great risk until one of them gets in the burnout. Like,
oh, huge there for JB on the big read to blow up the tornado. We have the level 1 in the back, and it will be enough as JB secures the first round here in game 3.
Yeah, and another caveat I was gonna mention was actually jumping over projectiles, and but you know those projectiles for Rashid are just so hard to like navigate sometimes, but able to get the right angle right there. The back dash on the throw, not going to be found right here. And offensive tirade coming out from Dual Kevin, trying to get pushed into the center stage, but JB going to be able to push them back into the corner. Burnout approaching and tries to fly, but nothing going to be found here.
I think the problem was he lingered a little bit too long. He must have been taxiing outside the airport for a little bit, waiting for the chance to land. Dual Kevin starting to press the issue, has that level 2, and this is once again huge. JB gonna be, oh my god, what a back throw, nullifies the level 2, so smart. Okay, just barely doesn't, but this is still great having maneuvered around that, and JB's able to secure the lead. That was the big equalizer that Dual Kevin really needed.
Here we go, and that is great. That play was excellent. Like literally just having the presence of mind to be like, you know what, we really been just putting these tornadoes at safe distances, but neither of us have had the opportunity to deal with the tornado as defensively as we wanted, and that throw was absolutely perfect. Into the corner goes JB. But JB right now up 2-1, trying to get into losers finals.
Yeah, but getting thoroughly mauled in the corner right now. Throw number 3. No, it was not. Goes for the strong that time and secures a perfect for themselves. That's a Street Fighter 6 round. Sometimes those happen, and you know that JB is not going to be shook. But what a check from Dual Kevin.
Yep, Dual Kevin getting put in the corner, but JB, yes, the presence of mind to parry right there instead of trying to block right here. Blocking, and then the tornado, you're gonna get hit by it, but still in the corner. Dual Kevin, the offense, the throw, counter hit.
Yeah, I feel like throw needs to be an option that you're representing a lot here, because you know JB wants to parry and try to cheat some of that drive gauge back. JB is able to maneuver their way out of the corner. Only a slight life deficit for him now in this round. Drive gauge still a problem. Hold on to that parry just long enough to earn that drive gauge back. And has level 2. This is still super doable. Never mind. Clipped by a low forward. We are going to a game 5. We were trying to... Tell me how we're speedrunning every other set here of our top 8. But the Rashid mirror is the one that goes the distance.
And even though it's gone the distance, it's still... This has been a pretty fast 5-game set. And now all of a sudden, These guys being as competitive as they can be, trying to get in the losers finals and going blow for blow right here. And Dual Kevin, wow, the feint into the side switch into the corner right here, clipping him out of the air.
Okay, even throws out the tornado there, so catches the jump back. Dual Kevin pretty low on drive, but this is such a strong spot to be in. You can afford to slow this down a hair if you end up in a rough situation. Throw a third time? No, it's the exact same thing. Throw strong. Dual Kevin didn't even get counter hit, it looked like there, so I don't know what he did. Or I'm sorry, JB didn't get counter hit.
Don't worry, I got confused too. It's fine.
They're even both blue. They didn't make it that much easier for us.
Right. Well, here we go. Speaking of not being easy, tornado into the corner right here, and JB trying to make a case for a final game in this 5-game set, but the bust out from Dual Kevin, and here it is. You see it. Do something about this.
Okay. Drive reversal to try to nullify the level 2, but it's still on there. Dual Kevin has the drive gauge advantage, has this corner position, hugely important, still has a bar. 80 pressure, counter hit. It's a little bit too far away to get any continued pressure off of it, but we find the anti-air off of the up back. So scary, dash and throw. Oh, went for the shimmy this time, but JB was actually playing layer 3 at the same time, but the reversal mixer out of Dual Kevin is going to be enough to do it, and he is going to earn the chance to move on and play against Fluxwaves in our losers finals, rounding out our top 3 with Punk waiting on the winner's side of Grand, just able to keep in the pocket of that momentum, just a hair better than JB.
Yeah, even though Flux Waves is in losers, he's definitely going to have to go through Tornado Alley to try to get to grand finals. But we are going to get the conclusion of the tournament very, very soon. We got losers finals coming up next, but we're going to go to a very, very quick ad break in a little bit. So y'all keep it locked on YouTube, Twitch. We will be right back.
Okay.